Hello, hi everybody. It's Colleen with Couture. Coming in with a project tonight. A very, very simple project. And I'm going to just go ahead and hopefully get my iPad going. And then we can get started. It's just doing the circle of death. So let me come out and try again. Maybe I'm just being too impatient. There we go. Okay, so let's get that opened, and then I can see if you are coming in, checking out today's project. I would love it if you would hit the share button, and welcome if you are either watching live or on the replay. I thank you so much. It means the world to me. So let's get down to it. Today's project is our Club Couture. It is our current Club Couture, and it is super cute, and I actually did a project with this earlier that I want to say right around this time last week. I highly goofed and messed up, and it was just a terrible live, but that happens sometimes. So we're going to try to do a redo, and we're going to come in and do it again. So this is our Hello Summer May Club Couture transfer. So it has this awesome Hello Summer saying, and then it has super cute glasses, which I can actually pull it out. I have the package right here. Super cute glasses that I love. And I noticed that, I don't know, I'm curious to see, because I did use the shimmer paste, and I don't know if it just stained or what, but I'm very curious to use that again, to hopefully that I cleaned it good enough. But I'm going to keep it very simple. I'm going to use our board and base, which is this little guy right here. It's awesome because it fits in this way or this way, either portrait or landscape. One thing that you can learn from me, because I've done it many times, make sure that you're leaving space at the bottom for that little gap in here for your board and base to fit in, because I, yes, have done that before, where I chalked all the way down to the bottom and then my words got covered. Yikes. So, yep, just learn from me and my mistakes. I am here to help. So, since I have already used this transfer, I've labeled it on the back, Hello Summer. And the reason that we label them is because they are sticky back, reusable silkscreen transfers. And especially when you get a brand new transfer for the very first time, they're incredibly sticky. So we want to just make sure that we are fuzzing it just a tad, so that way it will not stick so incredibly hard to our surface that we cannot remove it. So then I am placing my transfer down onto the surface that I'm going to use for tonight, which is the board and base. You can use the transfers on just about any surface that you can think of. So canvas, burlap, paper, wood, glass mirrors, chalkboards. I think I have said that sentence probably 500 times. From last Thursday to Saturday at the event that I was at, and that's when my voice is a little bit shot, because I keep repeating how Couture is at an event, so kind of lost my voice a little bit. But tonight we're going to use two awesome colors, and one of them happens to be my favorite, buttermilk, and a brand new one that I have not used before, which is raspberry sorbet. And it kind of, when I held these two together, it kind of made me think of a popsicle. I don't know why. I don't even know what, I guess maybe because of the raspberry sorbet, I was thinking of raspberry sherbet. I don't know why. And then the cream, the buttermilk kind of, I don't know. It just screamed popsicle for whatever reason in that goofy brain of mine tonight. So let's go ahead and grab our chalk paste. We'll get them opened. Actually, you know what? I think I have a buttermilk that's already open. So let me just double check on that fact, because I hate to open up another one when I already have one open, and I'm pretty sure that I do. So let's just double check. I do. Okay. So I don't want to go ahead and open that one. However, I will open the raspberry sorbet and show you guys that one, because that one I have definitely not had that one before. So let's get our buttermilk, the one that is opened. Let's see how much we have in here. Oh, we have plenty. So what I'm going to just need to do is add some water, because as you can see, it did get a little stiff. And that will definitely happen, so don't worry. Don't think, oh my goodness, you know, thought the chalk paste was going to last forever. Sure, it's going to last you a long time, but you need to know that when you're opening and closing it and it's getting exposed to the air, it's liquid chalk. It's going to dry. So how we remedy that is we just simply add a little bit of water. And I did put a lot of water in here when there's only a very tiny bit in my jar, but that's okay. You can see that just by adding that water, what was stuck to the bottom of my jar is now getting nice and loose, and it's getting to that, we want it that yogurt-like consistency. So I'm just kind of trying to scrape all around inside this jar just to get all that chalk goodness, because I don't like to waste a drop, guys. I want to get as many projects with my chalk paste that I can. So let's spritz a little more in. Remember, when you're adding the water, you want to just make sure you're adding a little bit at a time. And if you're just stirring really vigorously, you're going to see that it's going to bring it right back, I promise you. Just have to put a little elbow grease into it sometimes. And there we go. We have got that nice consistency that I'm looking for. So my buttermilk is rip-roaring ready. Blech, that did not come out well at all. Rip-roaring ready to go. There we go. So that's our buttermilk. So then we have our raspberry sorbet. So as I mentioned, brand new paste. So I'm going to just use a stirry stick. You can use a plastic knife, whatever works best for you. But I try to kind of avoid putting my fingers into the paste, especially a dark color like this, because it always gets under my nails. It never fails. And then I've got it under my nails for a good week. It does come off. It washes off your hands really good, but it just always seems to find its way under my nails for some reason. So that came off pretty easily, which is cool. I love when that happens. And I really don't think I got any, well, just a little bit right there, but I'll take care of that. So because it is a new one, I can just go ahead and use the stirry stick. You will see that the pigments kind of do rise to the top. And you can hear the little, it's kind of like a Rice Krispie. I'll shut up so you can hear it. Actually, I think I got all the Rice Krispie out, so never mind. But that's kind of what the sound that you'll hear when you're stirring a brand new jar. So I just want to get all around there and give it a nice good stir. And that is the perfect cake batter yogurt-like consistency that we are looking for. Just trying to scoop it away from the edges of my jar so it doesn't dry on there. And there we have it. I have a pan of water off to the side, as I always do. It's always great to have that ready to go. So then we're just going to come in, and I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do the raspberry. I got a little bit of chalk boogies. Let me get that off. I'm going to do the raspberry sorbet on top for the first word, and then I'm going to do summer in the buttermilk. And there's a reason that I'm doing it in that order, and I'll show you in one sec. So I loaded up my squeegee, right guys? And then I am simply covering the silkscreen area. That's all that we need to do. Just a nice light layer is all that is needed. Okay, I am going to try to work somewhat quickly because I want to get this all on here before it dries, making sure that I'm getting the very tops and the very bottoms of all of the letters, and any excess right back off. Try to get the lines out and any excess into my jar. Throw that into the pan of water, and then we're going to go right to our buttermilk. The reason that I do want to work sort of quickly is because I don't want the chalk paste to dry onto my transfer. And then what will happen is the chalk paste is going to come right up when I pull up the transfer, and we don't want that. No, we don't want that. So I'm just going to get all that excess buttermilk off. You can see that the raspberry sorbet was pretty thin, actually. So it may just make it dry just a little bit quicker, and that's why I'm kind of like flying through tonight's project, because I feel like the raspberry sorbet might be starting to dry. So then we just peel either from left to right or top to bottom, and there we have it. I could see I just missed, gosh darn it, every time with me I can see it. I missed the very tip of the L, and I always do that. But no worries, because all I need to do is dry it and lay that right back down again, and then just, hold on, I can show you. See right there? That's where I missed. I missed that little tip of the L, and that's me rushing. So I'm going to put my transfer into my pan of water. I did get a little bit of chalk paste on my fingers. I'm going to dip my fingers in there as well, and I'll show you. Grab a paper towel. because I like to show you guys. I don't like to just say like, oh, it does wash off, without actually showing you that yes, it does. See, buttermilk is gone. I just dipped my fingers in and it is gone. So it does wash off with no problems. No problems at all. Oh, I just got a little bit right on my lid. Let's give that chalk paste a close so that when I go to heat set, I won't get my chalk paste dried out. Oh, I made a mess. Okay, so let's dry it real quick, and then I have a little tiny element that I wanted to add to this. And hello, Mandy. I love how the line goes right off the board. That's so cool. Okay. So that should be dry. And there's a little element that I wanted to add. I hope you had a fantastic Mother's Day, Mandy. How are you? It feels like I haven't chatted with you in forever. So I'm just going to make sure that's dry. Rub my hands all over that. Not going anywhere until I decide that I would like to change out my design. Maybe once summer is over and I want to change it out, then I can do that. Now I forgot to look, and typically I don't like to demo with a transfer that is not available, and I completely forgot to check to see if this is still available online or if it's sold out. But to be honest, I just wanted to pull the sun from here and just kind of stick that on top. That's why I did the sorbet first, because I'm going to use the buttermilk. I'm kind of funny and goofy with like not liking like 3 colors, but even though 2 of them are the same, I like the breakup of the one. So what I'm going to do is just kind of put the sun from Don't Quit Your Daydreams, and I apologize again if this is not available. I don't usually like to show transfers that aren't. And I will check on that and put it in the comments below if it's unavailable or if it is available. So as I said, I'm just fuzzing my transfer. I'm going to pull the sun and just put that, I think I'm just going to stick it right over here in the corner. Or should I do this corner? Because that way this is all sorbet over here and I think it'll look better. So let's do that. So I'm just going to put the sun right there, making sure I don't have any bubbles in my silk screen. And I'm going to just grab just a tiny, tiny bit because that's all we need for the sun here. I'm just going to cover that. I'm going to make sure I don't miss the very tip of the sun this time like I did with my L. And then I'm going to get that excess right back off. And there we have it. Now, what I want to do, I want to come in and I want to wash that transfer off the Hello Summer because I want to show you how we can fix that little boo-boo that I did. But there's our little sunburst. How cute. So let me grab the Hello Summer. Hold on, let me just make some room and grab a towel. I'm going to grab that out of my pan of water. I'm going to move this here, so I'm going to show you. Here is my pan of water that has my transfers in it. So I just want to grab out the Hello Summer. Oh, I forgot my board eraser. Where is my board eraser? I like to use my board eraser to clean the transfer. But you know what? I think I actually I don't have one handy, so that's all right. I'm just going to use my hands. Just going to use my hands to get the chalk off of the front of this. I've gotten spoiled now with the board erasers, and I really like to use them to clean the transfers. But not a big deal. Your hand works just as well. So I'm just getting all of that chalk paste off. And no worries, the raspberry sorbet, where did I get that? Sorbet with a B. Might leave a little bit of the remnants behind, but it's okay so long as that's on the teal section, and so long as your silkscreen area is clear, you are good to go. So what I'm going to do is grab a little disinfectant wipe. You can use any wipe that you so desire. The only thing that we don't recommend is that you use baby wipes. There is something in the baby wipes that does not really gel very well with our transfer. So steer clear of the baby wipes and just stick to any disinfectant wipe. You can even grab dollar store disinfectant wipes if you like. They work just as well. Okay, so I got a little thing there. Let's get that off. So all that I'm doing is making sure that I'm cleaning the front and the back of my transfer. And I see a little hair in there, so I want to try and get that out. Okay, there we go. All right, so we're doing that just to make sure that the silkscreen area is completely clear. And it actually also helps to get some of that lint that I put on there earlier. It helps to get some of that off. So let's let that dry for just a hot second. I'm going to bring this back in. Move that away because I would like to fuzz my transfer again. So I'm just going to kind of help the drying process by trying to get some of this water off of here so that I'm not keeping you guys all night long. And I will sometimes do this for the sake of time, just to kind of speed up the drying process. But typically I would just leave it sit on the towel and have it dry, and then return it to its carrier sheet. But because I'm trying to show you guys how to fix a boo-boo like I just did, let's go right ahead. So you see that I'm just lining up the bottom here. You can see the summer. Having a very hard time seeing the raspberry come through, so let me slide this up a little. I feel like I'm way off. Okay, so the summer is a little easier to see because it is a pretty bright yellow. I feel like that. There we go. I think we're a little bit better now. There we go. Perfect. So all that I did was kind of line it up just because I missed the piece right here of that. So what I will do is open up my sorbet again. I think I have just a little tiny piece of a squeegee here, so I'm going to use that. And then I'm just going to come in and fix that little boo-boo where I missed the bottom of the L. And what I can do before I fully remove it, I can test it just to make sure I did cover it. And I did. So it was perfectly matched up, and I caught the last little piece. Now I notice I missed a little tiny bit of the O, so I'm just going to grab that and fix that as well. Right down there. Get that excess off, and let's pull that back again. Perfect. Now it is perfect. No boo-boos. Easy enough. And if you really made, oh, thanks for the hearts. If you really made a big goof, it's not that big of a deal, guys, because this washes right off with water, and this is super tiny. Did not use a lot of paste. So instead of getting aggravated sometimes trying to match it back up, I may just wash it off and start again. That went pretty well though, matching that one back up. That was pretty easy. So, but like I said, don't get discouraged. If you have little boo-boos, it happens to me constantly. So, you know, with something like this, like I said, you can easily just wash it right off and redo. And sometimes what I like about chalk art too, oh, hello, Maria. How are you? Still super excited. Yay. I love to hear that. I forgot what I was going to say. Darn it. I got excited for you, Murray. And Maria and I was like, just completely lost my train of thought, but that's okay. So yeah, so if it's not the end of the world, if you need to wash it off, no worries. Just simply wash it off with a little bit of water, and you are good to go. So then you can just go ahead and you have your cute little awesome hello summer sign that I can put this on my desk. You could give it as a teacher gift. That's an awesome teacher gift. That just hit me. Because how excited are teachers for summer to be coming, right? That's a super cute end of the year teacher gift. That just like a light bulb just went on in my head there for a minute. So yeah, that's it. That's all it took tonight. That was a super quick and easy one, and I like that I goofed and missed my little spot down here and was able to fix it. And they're the best kind of lives, when you have little boo-boos and you can fix them. So thank you, ladies, so much for watching tonight. I truly appreciate it. And if you are not currently a designer and would love to know more about Couture, I would be happy to talk to you about it. Just type Couture below, and I will reach out to you and give you information about becoming a designer with Couture. If you're interested in the products, I am actually going to also post a link to my online store in the comments below. And last but not least, if you are not currently a designer and you would be so kind as to hit the share button, which is on the bottom left hand of your mobile device, that helps to get the Couture love out there to everyone so they can see all the awesomeness that is Couture. And I love spreading it out there. You know, I have to tell you, it was kind of cool. And Maria can attest to this because that's where I met her at Mega Meet in Michigan. And this was like one of the first events that, because the first thing I always say to people when they come up and we have our demo board, the first thing I always say is, you know, do you know what Couture is? Have you ever heard of Couture? And so many times before, I was always saying, no, I don't know what that is. What the heck is that? But with this event at Mega Meet, I got so many more yeses that they have heard about it. And that's from sharing. And as my nephew and my upline, Jessica's son, Brandon, always says, sharing is caring. So go ahead and hit that share button, and I would truly appreciate it. And that helps to get the love out there so that in my events coming up in the future, when I ask that question, I'm going to get all yeses and no nos, so that way we're getting the Chocolate Couture love out there, and I love that. That gets me pumped and gets me excited, and just makes me enjoy doing this. So, all right, guys, I am going to wrap it up, and I will try to come in with a project tomorrow, and try to keep it interesting, and see what we can come up with for tomorrow. So have a fantastic night. Be safe out there, and I will see you guys later. Bye.